Hey guys, it's Willie from SuertePanda.com. So today I want to give you another dark side of trading video. I'm going to talk about a dragon put diagonal and a what they call Liz and Jenny from Tastytrade, what they call a delta buster. So it's basically two more short idea tactics that you can use in your own trading. So for a delta buster, you want to finance a put spread by selling a credit spread. It'll make more sense once I show it to you on the Tastyworks platform. And then the other one, a put diagonal. I've shown like the double dragon diagonal, and I've shown dragon diagonals before. But I think at the time it was just a call version, so I'm going to show you a put version that you can start to maybe think about using in the future. I guess like when you want to have maybe like a little bit stocked up as insurance, just in case for some reason like the market might fall apart next year, or like at the start of like 2022. There's a lot of things that are up in the air right now with the pandemic still going on, and at least like the election stuff should be coming to a close, and then well, let's see. Also, I think recently in the news I saw some one of those I guess like trading like a fake guru. He got into some legal trouble for I guess misrepresenting what he could potentially do for his customers. I think it was like some raging bull or something like that. You've probably seen like the ads on YouTube and like throughout like I guess like anywhere there's like a finance related like portal. Like I've seen those ads before. I never really paid attention to them because like they sounded like get rich type of kind of like promotional type courses, and I don't normally like to go for those. I know there's a lot of new money going on, but like guys, just be careful where you spend your money regarding like trading education. There's a lot of like free or low cost resources, so if you want to learn more about trading options in general, Tastytrade has like a huge library of like free learning material. I know it's a lot to kind of like to go through, but I think it's worth it, especially if it's free, and it helps keep you out of trouble. Like when I first started trading options, like there really wasn't many good resources, and I don't work for Tastytrade. I just I've watched their shows since they first started around like 2011, I want to say. So it's almost been 10 years, and I'm still with them. So that kind of shows you like like the degree of like the quality has been steadily increasing over the years, and what they've been able to build up in their database and the research that they're able to pump out on a consistent basis is just amazing. So anyway, and then also obviously I'm a huge fan of the Tastyworks platform. So far, knock on wood, like they haven't experienced any like major outages. Because I think Robinhood recently had some problems, and even Interactive Brokers, which I'm actually very shocked because I've used them before too, and I found them to be a very robust platform as well. So I was a little shocked that even Interactive Brokers had some problems, but it could be just because of maybe volume, and knock on wood, hopefully Tastyworks never has that problem, but they do a pretty decent job of upgrading their platform. So I think they should be introducing maybe some crypto. I know that they've been recently rolling out the small exchange, like smaller futures. I don't really trade futures as much anymore, but I do like to look at their I guess like the price movement. So I guess like maybe at some point if there's a need, but at this point I don't see myself trading futures that much. A lot of exposure that you can get with with futures, you can kind of replicate it through a similar ETF, if you want. But anyway, that's I think that's just like the general news that I had for you. And then so let me bring you to the Tastyworks platform so I can show you a dragon put diagonal, and then also a what Liz and Jenny from Tastytrade call a delta buster. So I'll see you in there. All right, see you. Okay, guys, welcome back to the Tastyworks platform. So I'm just going to show you an example of a put dragon diagonal on the SPY ETF. So as you can see, you can go all the way out to like around 2 years, January 2023. If you wanted to protect a part of your portfolio, you could buy a put at around the 370 strike. You normally pay around at this particular point in time $4,512. And what you could do, you could start selling some premium against it just so you can lower the cost. What I'm personally doing and what I'm going to continue to do, something similar to this, is where I would sell roughly a one standard deviation put in the near month against it. At the time of this recording, there's about 38 days left, so that's still a decent amount of premium that'll that'll be let out for this particular trade. So if I could sell it for 257 or 258, I could reduce the cost of that long put. I'm sorry. So originally the cost of that the long SPY leap was about 4,890, and then if you are able to sell the short term January near month, that would be two. You could collect roughly 2,057 against it, and that'll bring the total cost down to 4,512. And then let me just bring you back to the my spreadsheet for a second. So just to save a little bit of time, I've already worked out some quick and dirty math. So let's just say you were able to. Oh man, I guess like the prices moved on me. So it's actually let's see, 48.90. Actually, let me just make sure. I think I might have been looking at the mid price or something. Oh, sorry. Yep, I was looking at the mid price between 46.50 bid and the 48.90. But I mean, I guess I'm thinking you guys are smart enough to to know that prices are gonna move around. So by the time I get to the spreadsheet, it's gonna move all around. But just to give you a rough estimate of what to expect, let's just say I get filled at $47.70 for the long uh, uh, SPY leap, and then I'm shorting the 343 put against it at around 2,058 cents. Again, this is not advice. This is just like more for educational purposes, just to show you what you could do to maybe reduce the cost of sort of your insurance against your long portfolio. So let's just say the cost is about 4,070, and if you follow the Tastytrade mechanics, I'm gonna collect roughly half of the original credit. So that's why I did $129 times 24 months, and that I could potentially reduce the cost down to 1,674, assuming that prices are roughly in that same ballpark where a one standard deviation short put will bring in 258 originally, and then after 20-ish days or so, I can buy it back uh, cheaper And then, over the course of 24 months or 2 years, I'll be able to get the cost down to 1,674 for every one contract that you um that you do, and you could potentially get it cheaper. Like get your insurance even cheaper if you let me just go back to the platform real quick. Um, because as you can see, like SPY is one of the most liquid traded instruments out there. So you can see like there's a whole bunch of like weeklies and even quarterlies available. So if you wanted to keep, I guess, like rolling your short strike, um, as soon as the weeklies, like the next weekly cycle is available. So for example, like uh, January 22nd, 45. Let's just say like volatility collapses, you can just like move it, roll it to like the next expiration cycle. So for example, we're just making make believe. This won't be like a perfect roll, because it's still premium left. But let's say you could. Actually, I can't do it yet because I'm not filled. Um, what we could do is like in the Tastytrade platform, for positions that you already have, you can roll your positions. Let's just see what I have here. Um, that's not a good one. Well, let's just use Netflix. I had shorted it earlier in the year and unsuccessfully, and maybe I'll make another video about this. But let's just say like for some reason, like I want to do another Netflix short again with a put diagonal. What you could do when you right click on the strike that you want to roll, you can go down to like roll expiration, and it'll bring you like a few expirations that are available. So for example, if I want to do on Netflix, you could do it on the same strike, or if you wanted to do get a little fancy, you could probably do a combination of roll expirations and roll strikes. So like, the Tasty Works platform is pretty flexible that way. Um, and then you can also, when you get to the trade page, you can adjust it to however you want. And let's just go over real quick the XPX, what a potential delta buster could look like. So let's just say you feel like you have too many uh, long deltas, and you just wanted to put something on to quickly neutralize some of your delta. What you could do is you could probably go to, let's see, short iron condor, and let's just do it. Um, I'm just gonna adjust the width strike so it's around one standard deviation again. And again, you guys like you don't have to follow the taste trade mechanics. You can do whatever you want. Maybe you want to bring in more credits so you can roll it down closer. Um, but let's just say for argument's sake, I want to do let's see, let's make this a 20 point wide. Um, let's see. It's acting kind of wacky. Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, so I'm gonna make it 20 wide on the call side, and then on the put side, I have a little bit more work to do. So I have to um, you can highlight it and click that way. The only thing that they haven't, I guess, like there's still some things to be worked on the Tastyworks platform. Every time you adjust your strikes. Like it's kind of annoying that like I finished adjusting my call position, but I guess because like there's so many strikes on the SPX that it flips me back over to the call side. So that's like a minor annoyance. But let me just like move it down. Uh, I mean, this is just an example anyway. It's not like, but I'm just showing you what I would do. So let's see. Okay, so I'm gonna move this a little bit up to like the 34.30, just to make it 21. Sorry, 20 points wide on both sides. And let's just see what it looks like. Um, let me reverse the directions uh, on the put side. Because remember, for the a Delta Buster or like I guess like a Super Bear, what you want to do is you're selling a out of the money credit spread to finance a long put spread. Um, Everybody has like their own way of doing this. Some people sometimes like I want to say on the Liz and Jenny show, I kind of recall that they move the put side closer to the money. Like in fact, the long strike would be at the money, and then a 21 point a 20 point a credit put would be sold against it. And there's a few different ways you could do it. Um, but just looking at this trade, let me see if I just make sure I double check my strikes, have this correct. So okay, 38.75. Yep. So I'm selling an out of money call spread to finance the purchase of a out of the money long put spread, and that will actually bring me a small credit of dollar five. So if I wanted to neutralize my deltas like fairly quickly, this could be one way to do it. If you notice, this is only reduced my deltas by only four. So if you wanted to do a little bit more, for every set of contracts that you sell, you could bring it down that way, or you could adjust the strikes. So if I wanted to make my deltas a little bit more negative, you're not gonna get as much credit, but let's say you move the put side up a little bit more, and then correspondingly, I mean it's not bringing it much because like you have a hedge against it. So for example, let me move this a little bit more down, like the call side, and then you can adjust it however to reflect your view. So if like you're really, I mean I guess like um if you're super bearish and you're super confident in your, I guess like your technicals or your fundamentals, just for fun, I'm just gonna see what it looks like. So if I did it like this, where you're moving everything like closer to the money. I don't think I've ever tried this because it looks a little funky to me, but we're just doing this for fun anyway and for educational purposes. Let's bring it up. Just want to see what that looks like. Huh, that's interesting. So you can actually get some decent amount of credit of $4.10. But yeah, you'd have to be really right. You're not giving yourself a lot of like room for error. So like um I think there's another name for this too. Like some people call this like a type of Texas hedge where you're it's not like a real hedge. Like you're actually just doubling down on your position. So this is like a double bearish kind of trade. And if it goes against you, obviously would really suck. So like I mean, this type of position, like you would have to do like really sparingly. I would personally like give myself a little bit more room to be right. Um, but anyway, I just wanted to show you guys like what it looks like on the platform and how to set it up. Just remember to kind of like I guess like a rule of thumb is just be careful with like your like make sure before you hit review and send that that the trade actually reflects um, what your like position is gonna be. Like for example, like if I wanted to like if I was if I wanted this to be a neutral trade, like I would just do a normal iron condor. Um, but you have to kind of like adjust the strikes to how you want your thesis to play out for your trade. So anyway, just want to say thank you for watching, and if you can like and subscribe, that'd be great. So I'll see you in the next video. Have a great one, guys.